Some years ago, months after the adventure mode had been released, it received a major update that included a handful of dungeons in it. Some remain as really good and entertaining ones, while some others are today the most forgotten dungeons. Today, I'm taking a look at what is, under my sight, the most forgotten dungeon in the entire history of the game. It's September 2021. A new big update has finally dropped. Content creators start to film their videos, casual players roam around the map looking for new stuff, and everything seems new and shiny. Since the release of Adventure Mode, there has been a house in Valderin whose door will take you to an interior leading to the Sawmill Dungeon. But with this update, something was changed. A new dungeon called the Dancy Spikes was right in front of the sawmill. At first, it just seemed like a normal sawmill-themed dungeon, but eventually players started to get bored of this place, and within the years, it remained completely silent and forgotten, and even hated by most of the players. But now a question comes to us. What made the Dancy Spikes so below average? Okay, let's now take a look at what this level offers. On one part, it is a fairly easy dungeon with little enemies, and its main difficulty being spikes and rotating saws. On the other hand, it has a lot of bad aspects, like a bad parkour level design, being some jumps so frustrating to complete, random spikes on the floor for no reason, an incredibly annoying elevator, and most important, a really long level. Now, I'm not saying this dungeon is as long as the Dark Caves or something like that, but its level design is so lineal and non-creative, whereas Sawmill is a more open level, with more parkour offers and far more creative. For me, one of the most annoying things has to be the elevator. If you don't want to wait literal eons to take it, you got to be real quick doing the first part of this dungeon. But if you aren't fast enough, you will need to be waiting for around 30 seconds, standing still while being careful not to get hit by the saws in the floor. Once you get to the upper part, if you manage not to fall or die on the way up, you go left until you eventually get to a room where a green dragon waits you along with a fire mage. If it only was one of these, I would have no problem. But the thing is that killing one while dodging the other's attacks can be sometimes difficult. And after all the parkour with the platforms, you reach the chest room. Another bad aspect little people know is that this chest is one of the few ones that don't have any special ultra rares. So running this dungeon for several times won't reward you in any way more than any other one. Lastly, if you take a look at the speed runs, many of them are under 30 seconds, while this one is around 1 minute and 10 seconds. That means that this level is so slow and boring that almost no one plays it for fun, and it only gives 1 gem, by the way. Now, I have worked on a way to solve this dungeon's problems. First, the chest will give 2 gems, or at least have any special ultra rare bound to it. Next, rework the elevator part. Make it a challenging parkour like some in the Feeble's Death Trap or similar, but get rid of the elevator mechanic there. And lastly, remove one of the creatures in the final room. Since there is already a dragon at the beginning, I would say remove the dragon at the end probably. And boom. With that, you've got a fairly decent dungeon. Funny, slow, but rewarding. This is only one of the silently forgotten levels in the game, and I will try to go over all of these and find a way to solve them in any way.